way. Jesus.
I've actually went swimming with a dolphin when I went to the Dominican one time.
Did
It wasn't swimming. It was like a group of us. Fuck off. It was like a group of us, and there's like the instructor who's in the Caribbean, and the guy like could not pronounce Louis.
Oh,
He just
shit.
kept kind of like going Louis. He just couldn't pronounce it. And,
Racist. Cancel him. Get him, boys.
You know, like kind of like SeaWorld.
Yeah,
Like looking back at it now.
Fuck SeaWorld,
Yeah,
bro.
looking back at it now, there was like big tanks of like dolphins and shit. And you think, fuck. And it was right next to the sea as well. I don't know whether they let them out or not every now and again, but I highly doubt they
Come back.
highly doubt they did. And it was quite fun to be fair. It was a dolphin called Chico. And what we would do the thing where like he'd like pass it like it's like a beach ball and you pass it to him and you bounce it on his nose, you pass it back to you. But he skipped me. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right?
Why?
I don't know. It was like a line of us. So it says there's like 6 people or whatever, and then you know I was like the last one, right? And then the person before me.
Take your phone. I was just like,
Mackenzie seeing
fuck off. So this, Dominican instructor was like, nah, fuck the white boy.
no, like, so it was like the person before me passes the ball back to Chico.
Yeah.
And then Chico just looks at me and is like carries on with the ball. Obviously he was like playing about or whatever, but like
Yeah.
fuck Chico.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah,
dummy
Chico's
day
a
there.
bitch. He's probably dead now.
I've got a picture of him in my lands, me and Chico.
Aw.
But yeah.
Damn. Well.
I still got a vendetta against him to this
yeah,
day.
but if you see him in the wild, it's on sight.
Yeah. But it's still a cool experience though, because it was like, it's a dolphin, isn't it? Like I was up close with like fucking dolphin.
Yeah, I'm sure it was great for you. You were the 40th person he'd seen that day, and then he went to do the same lap he's done 100 times. Like,
Oh, that's fucked up thinking about it.
that's why I hate that seal. There was I watched a documentary on Netflix about it. It's called about killer whales in tanks. The way they hunt them, like as in humans to get them, basically. So I can't remember what they're called. Like I'm just like a pack of whales. What they would do is when they saw that the boats were coming. Because they're like mad intelligent, they would separate. So the women and their babies would go off one way, but then all the big like males and shit would go one way, so that the boats would follow them. So the boats followed the men, but then what they didn't realize was people had planes. So they found, because they had to come up for air. So they found the other orcas and like, here are the young ones, because they only take babies.
Oh, but they only take bait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise, the big ones are just gonna die. Like,
oh.
So they swoop in, pick them up, and put them on like the boats. And apparently, the orcas also like surrounded. They get caught in the net, and they're all like surrounding this boat, just like screaming and shouting, trying to get them. It's awful.
What the fuck?
The shit that SeaWorld and that go through.
They're dangerous for like orcas and like killer whales. Like,
Well, see, this is the thing. In the wild, they're not. To us,
Really?
at least. No,
Really?
bro. Have you not seen all the videos of people just like stroking whales and shit? Because they're just like, yo. They'll just come up to your boat and be like, what's up? They are.
oh yeah, I've seen some of them
They're
too,
like
actually.
naturally inquisitive animals. They're only angry, and I'd also be pretty. Imagine if you had,
Yeah.
if I was like, yo, Lou, this is your house, like this room, so you were just like every fucking day of your life. What are you gonna do today? Walk around. Oh, mate, mix it up. I'd want to kill myself too, and I'd want to kill every single person that walked into my room. Yeah, right. The window's there. You just see lines of kids being like,
Yeah. Knocking on it.
yeah,
Banging on it like.
yeah,
Yeah, too far. I would probably want to kill myself if I was like in a cage. Even like in any cage, not just in like a tank.
yeah.
Like being a monkey, like just in like I got like a tree and like a climbing rope to swing about on. Like that's all I can do.
I'd hang myself.
Have you seen the video of the monkeys like beating off? It's it's like some kids and they're looking at like, wow, look at that. And he's just there, like tossing himself off.
Monkeys are so fucking stupid.
And the mums are like, whoa, hang on,
Yeah.
hang on. And you just watching like. If I was in like a small cage, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd just be like, yeah, go on.
Yeah, and there's like the other one where like the monkey throws his shit all over and it hits him in the face. Like,
I fucking love monkeys.
monkeys are sick. That's why it's so sad when you see them in Chester Zoo. Like,
It's kind of like the ethical kind of debate of like, do you want them to be out in the wild where they could be poached and also they're going to be exposed to like natural diseases and like other competition, especially if they're endangered as well. You know, you want to preserve that species, and then also in the zoo, like they're in a place where you can make sure the population doesn't die out and they're well looked after, but also they're like
their quality of life is so shit.
Yeah.
That's why I think like nature reserves and people. I think poaching should be a bigger issue. No, never mind. I think like as in there should be a bigger fight against poaching, not that I support poaching. I like you see people you know, like Tiger King, people that want to have these big animals, or people that want to like decorate their house with like rugs of tigers and all that sort of shit. It should all be like that should be criminal to the max. Poachers, like you see it in like the Congo and stuff, all of them prison life.
How could you like? Because I couldn't imagine like mentally dealing with the fact that
I've done this
like
because I
am literally making a species come onto the brink of extinction or even go extinct. Like, how could you, as a human being, how could you like actually cope with the fact that you're causing that? I physically couldn't. Like, if I had like a boss who was like, yeah, go on, shoot that rhino, I'd be like, nah, bro.
That's the thing, right? It's easy to say that because we've got the cushy, like, we have a house, we have this, like, a lot of the people that do, you'll find probably don't have houses, they don't have any of the common, like, amenities, I don't know which one it is, that we do have. I think if it was, it's like, it is my life or it's yours. It's a fucked up one.
Yeah, that's actually quite, yeah. I suppose then you kind of, you've got to provide another sort of job. Maybe those nature reserves can give them a job.
But they don't get funded enough. Which is why, like, because they make less money, they're not as profitable because they're about safety and about keeping these animals alive. It's not about turning these animals into something.
Into profit, yeah. I see on Instagram sometimes I get adverts of like petition kind of links, and it's like the government or like some company has been approved to like hunt like endangered animals, and it's like what was previously protected, they've now just been like, yeah, go on. Or like there's one thing with the bees, there's like they've allowed a new like a pesticide that was previously banned to now be used again, and it's just it's fucked up. Like, what if you know it's bad, then why would you just allow it again?
Because it makes money. It's cheap to make.